Alright, hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I budget my income. So this is a little bit different. It's going to be a budget with me. If this is your first time here, welcome. Hello. I'm very glad you're here. I am married and I budget for myself and my husband. We're both servers and we get paid twice a month. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I really wanted to do this video because I think it's really helpful for beginners to kind of see how you tell your money where to go, essentially. This might look a little bit complicated, but it's really simple. I am a server, so my income is pretty inconsistent, but the reason I'm so confident with all these numbers is because I track all my expenses, and I have for a few years now. Therefore, I'm really well practiced in budgeting. I've failed many times, more times than I can count, so I don't want anyone to be intimidated if it seems overwhelming. Budgeting in its simplest form is just listing out all your money and telling it where to go, and it takes time to get good at it, but the trick is to just keep at it, keep failing, keep growing, you'll get there. So, if you would like to see how I track all my expenses, please let me know in the comment section of this video, because I also think that could be really helpful for beginners. It's really simplified and streamlined. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Or if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Just let me know what you thought. I'm just really curious. So, anywho. Today, we are going to be budgeting for the second paycheck of September, which is, again, the last paycheck for me. We only get paid twice a month without fail. This is what you have seen in my other videos. If you've seen them before, this is sort of how I get to this. And it's usually a lot messier and a lot less pretty than this. But for the purpose of this video, I have tried to make it pretty simple. We're going to write down the total amount, what we're going to leave in the bank, what that leaves us with for cash stuffing, and then we'll get to this part. So give me just 1 second. All right, guys. So the total amount of both of our paychecks for this pay period is $3,537.58. I'm going to leave that 58 cents in the bank. So what I'm going to leave in the bank is $1,800. I always leave $1,800 in the bank automatically. And I came up with this number in a very simple way. I added up all of our monthly bills because we pay those electronically. Plus the amount of money. I have a couple of long-term electronic sinking funds, and I leave that money in the bank as well for this, as well as about $200 for a buffer amount. I'm going to leave my definition of a buffer in the description of this video. So I added all that together, the monthly bills, my long-term sinking funds, $200 for a buffer, and that number was $3,600. So since I am paid twice a month, I divide that number in two, and each paycheck I automatically leave $1,800 in the bank. So that leaves us with, I'm using my phone, $1,737 left to stuff. Again, just gonna leave that 58 cents in the bank. So that is what we'll be pulling out of the bank and what will be cash stuffing in this video. And I can go ahead and write that here. Okay, so let me move this out of our way, actually. So now we go down to this section. At the beginning of the month, I calculate how much money I would like to save in each of all my categories, the cash envelope categories, as well as all of my sinking funds. So what we're going to do right now is look at these numbers, and then right here we'll write what we have spent so far in the month. And here we will calculate what we're left with. That hopefully is what we're going to be able to stuff in all of these categories, you know, barring we have made enough money this month. So right now what I'm going to do is going to my expense tracker in my bullet journal here. It's on a different page. Again, if you want to see that in a different video, please let me know. It's just not ready to be seen in this video, but I'm going to calculate what we have spent so far in all of these categories, and then we'll subtract the difference. I will be with you in just a minute. All right, so I am back with the amount that we've spent so far this month. To make sure we stay on budget in our cash envelopes, I'm going to be subtracting and only stuffing the difference. We're going to do that first. So let me pull back out my calculator. I'm recording on my phone. So let me pull back out my calculator and do that. We'll start with groceries. $400 minus $298. So what is left to stuff this month? I'm going to write that in my red pen. What is left to stuff this month is $102. Eating out, I budgeted $150. I spent $75. That leaves $75. Same thing for car. So that's $75 left to stuff. $450 for home was budgeted. I've spent $340. That leaves $110 to stuff. When we get down here, it gets a little bit different, because even though I budget this month, I want to make sure that I am sending, you know, a healthy amount to my debt every month. So if I calculate the difference in this, and I'm not going to have almost anything left to put towards my debt, I'm going to adjust these numbers. I'll be adjusting lower priority sinking funds. For example, my move in a year is a lower priority right now. So if it's getting tight what I have left to stuff, then I might, you know, a lower amount than I originally planned for at the beginning of the month. This is the way of an inconsistent income. So I think what we're going to do is calculate what we have left from our total amount that we're going to pull out of the bank in cash to stuff. That is $1,737, and we're going to subtract these numbers. Minus 102, minus 75, minus 75, minus 110. That's $1,375 left. So whatever the difference is in these numbers, it needs to equal less than this. Ideally, a few $100s less than this, because that difference will go to my debt snowball. Is this making sense? Am I making any sense? Let me know. So the difference here is $100. We'll minus $100. From pets, we budgeted $150. And so far we've spent $50. Career, technically nothing here. We've reached our goal, but Christian added some personal money that he wants to put in here, and that is $100. So I'm definitely going to be taking away another $100 for that. For health, the difference is $100. E-bike is nothing. Christian gives us money for that. I've calculated it into this amount, and he is giving us $150 to stuff for that. Fun, the difference is $50. Cabin, the difference is $200. Florida, the difference is $50. Wardrobe, the difference is $50. Although Christian did give us an extra $50 because there is something he wants, so I'll put another $50 there. And then taxes, the difference is $50. So that should leave us with $475 left over, if I'm doing my math right. So now that we have gone through our budget and what we have saved so far, we've calculated the difference. We know that we're going to be able to make that happen in all of our categories. I'm going to write down my ideal numbers that I'm going to stuff into my sinking funds for this pay period. Hold please. All right, guys, so what is left here is what I'm going to be stuffing into my sinking funds. I hope that this makes sense and that I'm explaining it efficiently. I am new to this, so please give me a little bit of grace and suggestions if you have them for how to more efficiently explain this. But I think it is pretty simplified. I have an idea of my budget. I keep track of what I've spent so that when I get my second paycheck, I can calculate what's left, make sure that it is within my budget, and stuff accordingly. If my check is lower than Imagine, I will stuff lower amounts in my sinking funds. If it's higher than Imagine, as it is in this situation, I'm going to be stuffing a little bit more than I even planned. For example, wardrobe. I plan to stuff 100 this month, and what I'm going to end up stuffing is 150. So I do adjust based off of my income. But this is the simplest way that I do it each month. I have an inconsistent income, but I can pretty much guess what my lowest amount is going to be on my paycheck, and that's just because I've been serving for a really long time. I lowball myself when it comes to calculating how much money I'm going to make each month, and that is how I make my budget. I don't think to myself, okay, I'm gonna make $10,000 this month. I kind of guess on the lower end and I go from there. So I adjust as it adjusts, and that is pretty much it. So what I will do with these numbers is I will fill them in here. This will be, the pretty sheet that you'll see in my cash stuffing video. And then at the end, we'll count the leftover, we'll write it in our dead snowball, all that good stuff. So please tune in later on in the week for my cash stuffing video. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Please let me know if you would like to see how I tracked my expenses. But I think this is a really simple way to budget if you do have an inconsistent income. And I hope that this can be helpful for you guys, for anybody, honestly, because I kind of taught it to myself. I didn't have anyone to teach it to me, and it's really changed my life, and I want to help. So that's it for this video. Please subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up or thumbs down. It's your world. Whatever, man. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out, y'all. Bye.